Would you like to come have some coffee and pie with me?
They didn't have batch brew. Otherwise, I would have loved to have a batch brew. Strike one. All right, we are at Republica. We've tried to go to Republica before, but it was too loud. There was renovation going on. Hopefully it's a little bit quieter today. Yeah. We said it was nice weather and it probably will become nice. It is a bit cold.
Yeah, it is. It is windy cold.
Maybe next week will be nice.
Yeah. You'll be gone next week, so.
Right. So I won't be here next week. I'm going on a much needed short vacation to Europe, and then I'll be working from Europe for a little bit. I have filmed a clip, a video that we'll release next week. So you'll still get a video next week that's related, is all about compliance, specifically compliance for crypto in Australia. I know there's a lot of questions about AML policies and KYC in this country. So we've got our head of compliance on that video. So that's already in the can. You can look out for that next week.
Yeah.
And then we'll work out something. We might have to do like the side-by-side Teams chat for the following week or something like that. But we will not leave you high and dry without your content because we know you love us. And I still need a coffee.
Yeah, we do.
Before we get into this week's crypto, the big news from Day 1X is we've just launched Auto Invest, Auto Buy strategies. So you're now able to fund your account through your bank. So set up a direct deposit into Day 1X from your banking provider, traditional banking provider, and then set up an auto buy strategy, which means every day, every week, or every month, you're able to purchase any one of the assets that we have on Day 1X, and then get a report of how much you've invested, your dollar cost average around that time or through the whole period. You're able to pause it, cancel it at any time, no lock-in, no contract, no penalties for not having your account topped up. If for whatever reason you don't have that cash balance in your Day 1X account, we will attempt to re-execute the strategy the following day. If that happens, if it fails 5 times, it just gets paused. You can come renew it, resume it at any point. So it's just a really good way to do something that we've talked about for a very long time, which is dollar cost averages.
The DCA strategy, it will make much more sense now, especially if you really are bullish on some fundamental projects. You can have a daily buy or a weekly buy or a monthly buy on those sort of projects, which will give you the positions that you want without bothering about the price action much, because it's a strategy that you will be getting into as a DCA that we've discussed before as well. So
it's great in a time of volatility, and I think September is going to be a volatile market. But I'll link to an instructional video. Here that will give you details on how to set that up with your bank and how to set that up with Day 1X. That's a super exciting and smart strategy. And just part of our commitment to make trading easier at Day 1X. There's no extra fees for the DCA either. It's still just 0.1%. Okay, the markets were up from last week. So we had up, down, up, down, up, down. August ended red, which we predicted that it would end red. This makes you awfully bearish. I'm optimistic. A red August is always a green September.
So, definitely, I think. And Bitcoin is holding 110 range for the time being.
111 at time of writing. Let's bring up the
Fear and Greed Index. It has dropped massively, man. Like, we are in the bullish market, but the Fear and Greed Index is like dropped below.
It was 40. 40.
Yeah, 39%.
39% Fear and Greed Index. We had 40, it was 2 days ago, 40, went back up to 54 yesterday, back down to 39 today, which means people are not having FOMO with crypto at all. And Bitcoin dominance is at 57.9, about 58%. So
it has upticked as well. So the dominance has spiked up a bit, because Bitcoin bled below 108 during the weekend. So I think the bulls are getting a hard time as well and trying to give a hard time to the bears.
People are buying back in though. I've seen Megaplane out of Japan purchased a bunch of Bitcoin. So everyone's looking at it as a good time to buy Bitcoin. So I'm optimistic that the whales are still in the market. They're still buying. I know it's always daunting. Thank you. Oh, cool cups.
Thank you.
Not so much like though. Any sugar at all?
All good. Thank you so much.
Look at these metal cups. look, it always sucks when you wake up every morning. I wake up, I check the markets, and when things are red, you go, oh, but we're still around the 110 is okay.
Yeah, yeah.
111 is still good.
As long as that holds. Yeah.
A month ago, we were dreaming about 111.
Yeah, man. So it is a good dip in the market as long as the structure maintains, I think. And we're going to be seeing some sort of a chop because it's a volatile market, as we have discussed. So I think it's a good trading market rather than buying and holding, because if you are buying something and you're holding, the price might retrace back. So why not just
it's going to be very volatile. So DCA if you can.
Yeah.
DCA, to avoid that chop and just get the overall trend.
And trade as well. I think what I'm doing is like sort of DCAing into good projects as well as trading a lot of different altcoins for the time being, because altcoin market is very volatile for the time being. And
yeah, I think that's the name of my game. I think I'm gonna I've set up the DCA strategy for Bitcoin and Ethereum at the moment on day one.
Yeah, and Chainlink.
Chainlink I haven't yet. So I've done Bitcoin and Ethereum. More heavily into Ethereum. I just think there's more upswing into Ethereum. Although I just read an article predicting Bitcoin to 250.
Yeah,
today the next couple of weeks, which I'd love it, but I just don't see it. So I think still more upswing in Ethereum. So DCAing heavier into Ethereum with the plan of then cycling into alts. But Chainlink's a good one to DCA into, and then I think trade the swings on other projects. I think
especially Solana. I think Solana is booming right now. So it has been testing 210 again and again. So dipped below 200, back at 208 right now. And I think Solana is sort of forming an ascending triangle pattern, which is trying to take over the 210 resistance. And once it flips, I think 220 and 240 is next.
208 at the moment, you're right.
Yeah, 208. So and that's the only green.
One of the only ones in green. But I think that goes back to their marketing. People are going, we know Solana.
That's true.
ADA, Cardano. So I think anytime you see ADA do well, it's because you have retail from last cycle.
Buying it,
and Hype's doing well.
Yeah.
Sui, which we just listed on day one as well, is always a project I think that does well and still has a lot of room. So Hype and Sui are sort of back and forth around the same market cap.
Yeah. And so Cardano dropped Night token. So privacy focused blockchain token, which will be used for I think they have introduced zero knowledge thing into the blockchain there.
So Midnight Protocol.
Yeah.
So it's a privacy layer for institutions to host data on, such as health records, financial records, and things like that, which I think is really interesting because of what the US announced as well, where they will be publishing all their
economic data on the blockchain. I think that's where Chainlink will be the key focus, and as well as Pyth from Solana ecosystem. And I think covering
I see Pyth all the time. I just don't know a lot about it.
Yeah, Pyth is just a Rackle, sort of same infrastructure play as Chainlink, not that big. So Pyth did 2x over last week because of the news with the integration on the US economic front. So I think that's where a lot of infrastructure plays are now ramping up, and so there's going to be a big, massive revenue being generated for those protocols. And if they enable buybacks and whatnot, these will definitely see some wild price swings because the market cap for Pyth is too low as comparison to Chainlink or the other big projects. So I think that's where it 2x quickly overnight. So so that's happening. And so I think the Night protocol, I think that's where the blockchain will be used or implemented on a day-to-day basis, wherein you don't want everything to be transparent enough, right? Not the medical records and everything.
Exactly. It's this weird thing where it's like the technology makes a lot of sense to be non-fungible. So you can't get rid of it. You can't modify it. It's there. But at the same time, you don't want the transparency that the blockchain offers. I guess, not every use case is great for every industry. And so it'd be interesting to see how regulation holds up with it. Obviously, privacy coins are frowned upon by a lot of regulators. But a privacy-focused blockchain for that type of stuff, I think, goes to further actual tech adoption of it, right? We're seeing definitely. Here, there's so many clinics around here. Nobody wants their details
out in public
leaked.
Right. So that's where blockchain will be a big thing coming in the future. And coming to the blockchain side of things, I think AVAX is a very good project
Oh my god!
on the blockchain front.
I'm
And
gonna edit all the times that you said AVAX was horrible and I said it was good. Yes, AVAX
Yeah.
is a good project.
Yeah,
I
so
regret
we've-
selling it now. You told me to get rid of it.
no,
For
like,
Penguin.
not in terms of price, but the tech behind it. So, so the price is still struggling around $24. It has been going up and down in $20 to $24 range.
Yeah.
So I think it'll break upside soon because of a lot of volume that's being generated on AVAX ecosystem as well as stablecoin.
To me, it's the same as we talked about Chainlink.
Yeah.
It's a business, so they're going to have revenue, and that revenue is going to be, essentially when you buy the token, you're buying stocks. When the revenue goes up, the token will go up.
Go up, yeah.
So
Yeah,
I think, AVAX makes a lot of sense. It's probably a good one as well
Yeah.
to day trade because it is a little bit volatile.
yeah.
And
Day- day
DCAing,
trade,
I've started DCAing into gold as well. So packaged
Oh,
G,
yes.
gold on,
Yeah.
on the blockchain.
Yeah, we've got a day 1x as well. So if you are really a gold maxi, you can
And
really
gold's all-time highs. Like I
gold
know,
all-time highs. Yeah, silver following the suit as well now, and silver has broken I think 40 years cup and handle pattern, which is like extremely bullish. So
If you're
I
doing traditional markets, I think silver. I just, me
Yeah.
I'm a blockchain maxi. So if you can't get silver on the blockchain,
yeah,
I'm not doing it. But gold's a good one to DCA.
Yeah, packaged
into.
G.
And take profits into as well. I think gold's still got some upside. Not
not financial advice, but yeah,
financial advice, and I don't think it's going to go up
massive.
much more than it already has.
But
I
the
think
countries are still holding on to it, so we
Good
never
store of
know.
wealth.
Yeah, good store of wealth.
especially
And-
if we head into a war.
Exactly. So the US dollar reserve currency is being depreciating, the reserve status, and a lot of countries are now putting more gold on their balance sheets rather than having US dollars as a reserve. So that's where the whole scenario has changed, and that has led to a trilateral sort of situation between India, Russia, and China, trying to overtake US.
That's what
Because
Trump's
of
saying. But
the-
India, what have you guys done?
We've massively upset Trump because of he wanted to take the credit.
Is this
because-
why he took like 4 days off being president and disappeared for 4 days? Because
Yeah, he was thinking about what to do next.
Right.
And today he exited in the morning that China and Russia are sort of colluding with North Korea
Okay.
and India to see what they'll be mapping against US. So that's interesting geopolitical situation arising right now. So I think anything that covers Trump is like it's a massive drama that follows, and then there's gonna be a volatile. The markets react to it.
We laugh, but traditionally these types of conversations that will lead to global
Uncertainty.
conflicts. I mean,
Yeah.
it's what led Libya to be deserped for similar conversations, and
Yeah.
what led to Gulf War One, where Saddam was going to trade oil for something that wasn't USD.
Yeah.
Not political. Yeah, we're not a political podcast, but it's certainly, we joke about it, but it is certainly uncertain times, and it does lead to volatility. I
Volatility
think,
in the markets.
in,
Yeah.
in crypto.
Yeah. And the US market as well, man. Like Trump, like in the morning itself, he was tweeting like stocks doesn't like uncertainty. And what he mentioned is stock markets are liking the tariffs. So the US court over the weekend stated that these tariffs are illegal. So Trump tweeted out stating again, like these are not illegal. We really want trillions of dollars to flow into the economy so that US goes up, right? That's what his aim is. And he was tweeting about it in the morning as well. So yeah, new things to like
It's
have a look.
it's so interesting for me. Obviously, we have, we sit side by side in the office, and we have a lot of conversations
Yeah.
that don't make the podcast. Quite often, I'm like, save it for the podcast, and
Yeah,
then
that's true.
we forget. But it's, if I look at the crypto markets, and I look at every time we've been in a bull run, and we've had a red August, or even a red September, Reptember, or whatever
Yeah.
people refer to it as. If we have a red August, September is
Bullish
green,
for Q4.
little bit higher, but then October just blows.
Yeah, it's called Pumptober for a reason. So.
Pumptober, exactly.
Yeah.
And so if you look at purely the crypto performance over the last 4 cycles,
Yeah.
Bitcoin cycles, that's what we could expect.
Yeah,
right? That's
and-
what the betting man, and that's what the data shows.
Yeah.
But it is so uncertain
That's true.
because
Yeah,
of
new
because
macro
of Trump.
events. Yeah, exactly. So
and institutional adoption as well.
yeah, it's all
manipulation.
institutional game right now, wherein whales are just manipulating the price as per their needs, and it's whales versus whales fighting.
I just don't see a crypto crash because the Trump family has so much money
much.
invested into
Yeah,
it.
World Liberty Finance got like launched over the weekend as well. So yeah,
Yep. So they launched.
Massively crashed as well.
You know what it was? I said that before we left. I'm like, I called it the presidential pump and dump.
Yeah.
But it wasn't as bad as Trump token, and I think it only fell it didn't fall that much.
40% from
I think it was 17 only.
Nah, so it went from 40 cents. So it was trading at pre-market around 40 cents.
Okay.
Went back to 20 cents, to roughly 50% drop, and now it's hovering around like 23, 24 cents dollar range.
Okay.
But Justin Tron has supported massively.
Yep.
So the founder of Tron ecosystem has been bullish on the US because he's a big whale, right? So
He's a big whale.
We
So
all
I think,
track his wallet.
I think World Liberty's going to do well. So it's probably a good time to buy now. I just
yeah,
don't see
yeah,
it
yeah.
failing.
Just buy and hold probably.
I don't. Yeah, that one's a buy and hold.
Yeah.
I don't see it failing while Trump is in office.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think they're going to put a lot of money in a lot of deals to prop that up, even from an ego point of view.
Yeah, and that's a
But they have a
legitimate
lot of money.
project, right?
It is a legitimate
They're going to be
project.
taking
It's not
over
Trump.
the DeFi.
It's not Trump token, right?
Yeah,
It's not
it's-
Trump token, which we listed on day one. We're actually going to avoid listing Trump token.
Yeah, we were thinking
It didn't fit on brand, and then when we opened up the Token Tuesday voting to the public, it won
people
by a
want
lot.
to try it. Yeah.
So people want it.
I think it's a good token to be trading on. You know the range is set. You can buy the dip, sell the rip. I think that's what is happening with Trump token, and there are a lot of token unlocks happening on the Trump token as well. So just to be mindful on just blindly buying it and holding it won't make a lot of sense, but you can definitely day trade it. That's
But World Liberty's
it's a good token.
a legitimate long-term hold. I think that does well. I think it's one of those ones where crypto does well, and US-based crypto. We've always talked about the US ecosystem sort of being the first niche that will run.
Yep.
And
And now we have got a project that's backed by the Trump family itself. So
Yeah, so
why
that's why
not?
I'm like, I don't see.
Yeah,
I see a lot of altcoins dying.
Yep.
I see a lot of projects, I think, that are seen as bluish chip
Yep.
at risk. But there's certain projects that I think if you invest smartly, then you're going to be okay.
Definitely. And I think coming to the World Liberty Finance, I think they'll be growing their ecosystem as well. So we have seen Ethereum being the main project, and then there's a big ecosystem around it, right? Built.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a DEX, there's going to be staking, there's going to be all those sort of fancy things that blockchain does. And that's going to be shifted to World Liberty Finance as well. I think that's going to be...
And I think it has. I think it has faith. I think people
people are
either believe in
trusting
it,
it.
or the people on the inside know some sort. I'm not going to say insider trading, but I saw an article. Andrew Tate lost his short position by lost 70 grand, and then just bought straight back in.
Yeah, the only thing being with World Liberty Finance is like the concentration of wallets is like the whale holdings are very concentrated. So there were wallets which are holding like more than 15% of the token holding. So just be mindful on that. But I don't think they'll be just dumping it straight out unless something happens to Trump. We never know, right? So there were news that Trump is dead over the last week as well.
How crazy is this? Like that's what we talk about. It's so unpredictable.
Yeah, it was trending for a day or two, and JD once gave an interview and he was like, "I'm ready to take over the presidency if anything tragic happens."
I like Vance.
Just
though.
feeling it, yeah.
I like Vance, a young guy. Did
With the
interviews.
mascara, yeah.
I like
his
JD
looks as
Vance,
well.
man. Grew up on hip hop. I thought that was like he did the Joe Rogan interview, and it was like my father figures were like NWA and Ice Cube. I'm like, I like that.
I like it. Yeah. Yeah. So crazy developments going on US, and I think ever since Joe Biden got out, US has become so interesting again.
It's great. It's the best reality TV show on earth.
On Earth right now. Yeah.
But hands down.
Coming to US, I think the other thing that I wanted to discuss, sorry to cut you off, is like Coinbase launching futures on tech stocks as well as crypto.
Okay.
So that's a big thing coming on live on I think 22nd of September.
Okay.
So US is pushing very big on crypto right now. So today also there was a joint statement passed on by CFTC and SEC that the exchanges that are being registered with both the entities are allowed to offer spot positions or spot tokens. So that's basically the volume's gonna be driving all to the US now.
And therefore, I feel like the US ecosystem
Will
blows first.
flourish.
I think that's the first narrative. And I was actually talking to someone else in the office. I think if you want to know what runs next, what to invest in, US ecosystem is going to run first. Now, the US ecosystem is full of different projects, AI projects, gaming projects, real-world asset projects. See what performs best within that ecosystem,
Yeah.
and then look at the top leading projects outside of the US that do that narrative, and that's sort of going to be my strategy.
Yeah,
So
I think the
invest
market has
heavily into-
changed. Yeah, it's all changed market wherein if it's a US based project, I think
Crypto's
there's
US
a
at the
big,
moment.
yeah, crypto is all about US at the moment. No other countries are sort of fueling the run right
I
now.
think that, like I said, Japan is starting to buy up crypto. So I think there is institutional adoption. I think a lot of them are looking at it as we don't have a choice. We have to, like, this is now
Yeah,
a legitimate
because
US asset. We have to purchase it.
It's so easy to borrow yen and just go in because the borrowing on the yen is like 0.1%. And you're literally getting free borrowing and making money on crypto. Like, it's so easy.
How do I do this?
Yeah. You need to set up an entity in Japan probably, get the banking sorted and just borrow yen, convert it to USD and then buy all these assets. So that's
Look,
where all this...
Yeah, I think we see some activity internationally. I think a lot of people are in a holding pattern at the moment trying to see what happens. And that's what happens in September.
Yeah.
I know it feels new, especially if this is your first cycle and you're looking at the volatility. And I know we were all celebrating Bitcoin all-time high, and then, like, we said last week, buying Lambos and working out what to do with all of our gains that we never ended up taking. But this has happened every cycle.
Yeah.
Every bull cycle
Has some sort of hold.
is red.
Yeah.
September is a little bit better. Still, it doesn't even out. So the August dip will be higher than the September gains.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think last time was like an 8% dip, 3% gain in September. But then October is just like 31%, 40%. Which I am going to be a little bit more conservative. I don't think we see that much of a rip, but I do think we perhaps see a 20-25%.
Yeah, I think in some tokens
October.
definitely we'll see good rip up. And that's where, because the
And
rate
that's just
cuts are...
money flowing back in. Rate cuts are coming.
Rate cuts are coming.
Money's
So
flowing back in. They're going to flow into Bitcoin. They're going to flow into ETH. They're going to flow into Solana. They're going to flow into Chainlink. It's a really good time now to have a look at the
to be
tokens.
positioned.
The tokens that we just had a look at that were green today are going to be more green when money starts flowing back into the market.
That's true.
As much as it pains me, it is ADA.
Yeah, I wanted to say the same thing. Like, Cardano ecosystem will flourish.
Yeah.
As retail gets in, I think that's one of
AVAX, Chainlink, it's
all
I
those
think
dino
we'll see
coins.
one or two.
Yeah, and then Sui and the other shiny projects as well.
It's interesting.
C and Sui.
We can now go back and look at 12 other videos, right? 12 videos beforehand. And we were like, oh, dino coins.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is that there's something to be said for consistency and longevity. So if these projects are actually still developing something and they're legitimate businesses, and I think our tune sort of changed in that regard as well.
Yeah.
Then they probably deserve to still be looked into.
Yeah.
And it's certainly the sort of the antithesis to the new flash in the pan token.
Yeah, that's true.
That comes and goes.
Yeah.
And I think perhaps there's a certain level of maturity in the investor maturity in the market where they can't be swayed by the latest flashy thing that has a coming soon on everything on the roadmap, and they're looking at projects that are actually building.
Yeah, I think that's where
Which is good in the long term, right? Like, it sucks for us that everybody's trying to 10x.
I think the market has changed. That's where, because all the ETFs that are now being sort of lodged within the US is more towards the dino projects. And if the dino projects get...
But it makes sense because they've been around and there's less chance of them falling over.
Yeah, exactly. So that's where the legitimacy of the projects come in.
There's a foundation, there's like, the
relationships, especially in the US, that's...
The founders have been doxxed, like everyone knows. It's a business.
It's a business, legit business,
Like everything, the crypto's no different. It's all relationships and networking.
Yeah, that's where I think Grayscale just lost another thing on the AVAX trust that they want to convert it to spot ETF. And they've already lost it, and it's going to be massive for a AVAX ecosystem if it goes past. So because legitimate companies or institutions will be able to punt into AVAX via ETF. So the more the ETF flows, the better it will be for those tokens.
We go back 12 videos.
But it's still having token unlock.
AVAX Maxi.
Not the Maxi, but it's just sort of a news that I wanted to cover. So yeah.
The
and
token
then there's
unlocks are very. But the token unlocks in a bearish climate are less damaging as well because no one wants to sell.
Yeah.
Right? So it's great unlocking, but if you think, and all the data shows that in 2 months there's going to be a rip, you're not going to sell now anyway. You're going to hold it.
Yeah, but these are for the investors that have already 100x their back, so they got it very early.
There's no such thing as too much money. If you tell me I could sell it now for 100x, or I could wait a month and sell it for 200x.
Yeah, that's true. That's human emotions and like psychology behind it. So yeah, why not?
Which is probably what happens, and then you see the massive rip and everybody sells, and then we got a crash.
Yeah.
And then the recession kicks in.
Yeah.
And then we're short.
Yeah. So we'll be trying to launch margin and derivatives
Yes.
for people to be interested into the shorting of the market.
Yeah, I think we sort of winked and softly announced that it is something that's coming to Day 1X. We will keep you very updated with how that's coming. It's something that's very excited, that we're very excited about. We'll be offering more investments. Let's just leave it as more products and more investment opportunities for traders on Day 1X, while trying to keep things as simple as possible, which is also why it was really important for us to launch Auto Invest first and Auto Buy. And that feature will evolve, to include all of our other products, so you'll be able to auto into whatever it is that we do next. And so, we've got a lot of really, really interesting things that sort of internally, some things have started to fall into place that have allowed us to run at these really, really hard. So a lot of good news coming.
The other thing is the bundles that we'll be looking at as well. So we talk about sectors a lot, right?
He's giving all the secret sauce. Too much alpha. Too much alpha.
Yeah. So those are like interesting times for us anyway as an exchange as well, and the broader scenario, like the market is now becoming very big. The crypto market is.
What I'm going back to what I'm most interested in, I think now, is forming a relationship with the clients and doing a lot of like social aspects and things like that. So I think a lot of that's coming as well. We get a lot of great comments in these videos. I think this video has been a little bit more Day 1X orientated. Which is great than we normally do, but we get a lot of good feedback from Day 1X clients. The reason we've separated the video is simply because we want to be able to be as honest as possible without it being an official sort of comms channel. So we strive to be as honest and give not financial advice, but nudges or at least tell you what we're doing without being restricted by the exchange and compliance and Big Brother. But we have some really cool things coming.
Exciting.
And I think hopefully you've gotten to know us enough over the past couple of months that you know where our head is at in regards to blockchain development and technology and furthering crypto adoption. That should hopefully give you some hints into where Day 1X is headed. We're also going to be at AskCryptoCon. There you go. We just bought tickets.
So another thing to be excited about.
Look, definitely a volatile market. Hold on to your bags, hold on to your hats. I wouldn't be getting out of the market now. If you just look at history, it has been very, very volatile in August, in September. I think I'm optimistic about things that are to come. I don't think Trump will let things fall over. I think it just makes things super interesting. If you have a strategy in place already, stick to the strategy.
I think it's going to be a slow grind to the upside. We might expect some choppiness in the middle, but it's going to be, once the trend establishes again, the market's going to rip.
I don't think the bull is over. Look, let's put it this way. I don't think the bull market is over. I think we're still going to have a rip or two. The only question for me is when. And of course, always the unknown question of how high.
Whales don't want to just rip up the market without retail participation. That's what I see.
Exactly. So if this is delayed, we could, like I said a couple of weeks ago, we could even see into January, into Q1.
And Q4 is usually the bullish times, right? The bullish seasonality.
People have more money, especially with rate cuts
and stuff.
Christmas fever. Work bonuses, all these little things add up to retail sentiment.
And the money supply is expanding, so definitely it's a risk-on environment in terms of macro, because the global money supply is...
Look, gold ripping, people are going to start taking profits in gold
somewhere and rotate somewhere. And crypto is the best place to be in right now.
It's all one money supply, right? It just sort of cycles through different things.
And crypto is right now the best place to be in, especially after the US support. So that's another thing. One thing I missed to cover is like Elon Musk hired a guy to raise 200 million for a Dogecoin treasury.
Really?
So
Man, Doge holds on. so well off of just that Elon Musk brand. Like
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah.
I know it was the first meme coin, yada yada, but it's
Yeah.
I'm always amazed every day almost like, oh,
There's a
number
new
10 on
news
the
about
market.
it.
Yeah, number 10 on the market cap. What is it
Yeah.
today? That I'm just like
It's going around like
number 9, it's gone
Number
up.
9, yeah.
There you go, it's 10 yesterday.
Yeah.
And I know because I literally looked at it and go, shit.
Yeah.
So 9 on the market cap. Always amazed. And I think it's no longer a meme coin, it is a store of wealth. I think there's a lot of utility in it.
who knows? There
Maybe.
will be. It might be coming in the pipes. Who knows?
We'll wake up tomorrow and you'll be able to X Doge to people.
Those people, yeah.
All right. If you're watching next week, I'm going to be on a beach in southern Italy.
And I'll be working as usual.
You'll be working.
Sharing
but
the alpha
there will
on
be-
X.
Yep, there will be a video. You're going to be looking after the X account. So
Yep.
thank you for doing that. And the following week, I'm back on deck. I'm actually heading to Europe to meet some of our developers as well. So I think I'll interview some locals in Europe about blockchain in those particular countries.
Yep.
Just I think it's really interesting.
Yeah.
Talk about regulation and pain points and see what they're excited about. I often, think, oh, how siloed are we in the projects that we're buying?
Yeah,
Is the
right.
sentiment different over there? So I
Yeah.
think that's really interesting. So there's definitely more videos coming. So like, subscribe, share, go register at Day 1X, set some auto buys. Want to make
Yeah.
sure it's working.
Yeah.
Set some auto buys. Hey, coffee was actually really good.
It
Hey,
was,
the cup
yeah.
is awesome.
Yeah, it's some metallic silver cups. Cheers.
But also a surprise, like, I like this place for lunch
Yeah.
and a beer.
We use this sort of cutlery in India. So
Oh, yeah, yeah.
yeah. It's very traditional.
I didn't expect the coffee to be as good as it was.
Yeah.
So if you are in South Yarra,
Go come to Republica.
coffee at Republica is a win.
Good vibes, good Mexican,
All right,
old
guys.
cafe vibes.
We'll see you soon. Happy trading.
Trading.